ETS Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. You know I always love having you guys back here. It always makes the channel so much more enjoyable. And I hope you're really enjoying the content. It shows me that you're enjoying it. If you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan or a fan of another team, or just a casual NFL fan, this is a safe space for you. You are always welcome in the Jets Ward, no matter what. I'm always happy to have new people. If you're coming in and you enjoy this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps get my videos out to more people, out into the ether of the YouTube algorithm. So it really helps me out a lot. So please like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel. It really makes me happy, and I really appreciate it. But guys, getting into it, I said we had a fun one, and I wasn't kidding. We are going to jump into some more information and talk about some players that could possibly be on the Jets roster bubble, players that really need to step it up in training camp to see if they can even make the team, players in jeopardy of getting cut. Now, I've mentioned this briefly weeks or a month ago about players that could possibly be cut. One of my other videos, I talked about players that I think could have breakout training camps that are going to shine. Now I'm going to go in the opposite. I'm going to be talking about players that need to have big training camps to try to make this team. And some of these players are going to be obvious. Some you might be like, I think they have a better shot than you think. So without further ado, I am going to get into the first one. And as you guys know, it is one of the Jets' fan favorite, Michael Clemons, defensive end. He's 27 years old. He's 6'6", 263 pounds, been in the league for 3 years. He's on the older side of a guy who's only been in the league for 3 years, 27 years old. Still got some upside, I guess. But, man, his tenure with the Jets has been, I'm not going to lie, a disaster. He hasn't been great. He's a penalty machine and has boneheaded mistakes. And for some reason, the old regime really loved this guy. And if you look at him, he's got the build to be a solid to elite defensive end, a power guy who could stop the run and could use his strength to get to the pass rusher, but it's never come together for him. It's been rough. And even last year, he was forced into the position because Jermaine Johnson got hurt. Will McDonald was solid last year, but was not great against the run. Clemons was supposed to be that guy who stepped up in the run, and he faltered, and it was bad for him. It wasn't a great season for him. And with all the moves that the Jets have made on the defensive line, Tyler Barron was drafted. We got Nadi, who is a defensive tackle. We've gotten Byron Cowart. We've made all these additions to the defensive end position or defensive line position. And it's looking like we're bouncing Michael Clemons out a little bit. So he's in jeopardy of losing his job. And not to say anything else, the Jets could still make moves on the defensive end. Jadeveon Clowney is still there. Zadarius Smith is still out there. So there are moves the Jets can make to add more help to this position, especially since Jermaine Johnson is coming back from an injury. So with Michael Clemons, very hit or miss, but I honestly think he's one of the big candidates that could be cut, especially if he does not have a solid training camp. So he better do whatever he can to shine in training camp, or he might be out of a job. But continuing on, like I said, these players probably not going to be that much of a shock. One of them that a lot of players have been talking about, a lot of fans have been talking about, Xavier Gipson. Now, Xavier Gibson's only 24 years old, still a young kid, has a ton of upside. He's 5'9", 189 pounds, and he's only been in the league for 2 years. He's a receiver and was our punt returner and our kick returner for the past couple of years. And we had high hopes for him because in his first game against the Buffalo Bills, he had a game-winning kickoff return or punt return. So we had all these high hopes for him. He's an electric. He's got speed. He's shifty. But he's never really worked out as the receiver type, the slot receiver type. And he's been terrifying at best when he's back there receiving kickoffs or punts, especially punts. He tends to drop the ball, fumbles, big issues. He never was really great at judging where the ball was going to be. So there were a lot of issues. Now, the Jets have added a lot to the wide receiver position. We've got Tyler Johnson. We got Reynolds. Alan Lazard is still there. Garrett Wilson is still there. We got Malachi Corley still, who's could be, I didn't put on this list, but he could be in jeopardy of losing his job based on rumors that have been going around. Jamal Pritchett. We got Skinner as well. All of these pieces. And the one he's got to worry about the most is Pritchett, because Pritchett's a kick returner and a punt returner has been shining so far. And it's not even just him. Arian Smith, who he drafted as well, is electrifying with his speed. And if he could become a solid kick returner and punt returner, Xavier Gipson will be out of a job. So he's got a shine in training camp coming up as well, or he'll be looking for a new team. And I'm sure there will be some team who gives him a chance, maybe the Green Bay Packers, maybe the New England Patriots, Dolphins maybe, to get a kick returner, punt returner. But he hasn't shown much in his 2 years here, and he could be in jeopardy of losing his job based on all the talent that we've added in that special teams room. Now, going into the next guy, Zach Kuntz. I honestly think this one's a given. I don't think he makes the team at all. I think he gets cut. He's been a project tight end for years now. He's been in the league for a while. He was one of the late round picks in the old regime. He's got the great size. He's 6'8", 251 pounds. He's only 26 years old and was known as a pass-catching tight end coming out of college. Problem is, it never showed in the NFL so far. He's been a practice squad player and never really has shown anything in the big leagues. Now, the reason I think he's a shoo-in to get cut, and it sucks, is because we got Mason Taylor. We drafted Mason Taylor, who's a stud. Stone Smart, who could be electrifying as a pass-catching tight end. And we still got Jeremy Ruckert, who can block and can be solid at catching the ball too, especially now that he's got his college quarterback playing with the team. So Zach Kuntz, I think, is definitely in jeopardy of losing his job. I just don't think he fits the system. And it sucks to say, because that talent, that size, he could be an athletic juggernaut if everything just worked out for him in it, but it hasn't. And that's been the issue. Does he get another job? I think he could get picked up. You can't teach 6'8", 251, and he runs quick for that size as well. Yeah, the problem is it's just never come for him. So I think he can get picked up by another team, but I just don't think he fits the New York Jets team at this point. Next, we got Max Mitchell. He's been a starter at points for the New York Jets, has experience. He's only been in the league for 3 years. He's been a guard. He's been a tackle. He's bounced from the right side to the left side. He's played almost everywhere on the offensive line except for center. And he's shown flashes that he can do it. He's shown flashes that he could be a good starter. But there are also times where he was a disaster. And he was part of the reason why we had to beef up this offensive line, get John Simpson, draft Joe Tippmann, get Elijah Vera Tucker over to the right side at guard, draft Olu Fashanu, sign Morgan Moses last year, draft Armand Membu. Because him and a player like Carter Warren, who I could have also put on this list, they just haven't done what they've needed to do to secure that starting position. Could they be depth pieces? Probably. But the Jets also just signed Chuck Okorafor as our right tackle, as well as our backup right tackle, who has starting experience as well, and has pretty solid as a starter at right tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers in past years. Last year, he was started in one game at left tackle for the New England Patriots and was cut in the middle of the game. That was an interesting scenario, but our coaching staff likes him, and he could be the swing tackle for us. So Max Mitchell is in jeopardy. If he doesn't have a good training camp, he's gone. And it's going to be either him or Carter Warren, or it could be both, because the Jets have also signed some undrafted free agents as well, like Gus Hartwig, who can play guard and center. So he might be more useful to this team than a Max Mitchell, who can play tackle and guard, but it's going to be a tough sailing for this kid if he doesn't figure it out. So Max Mitchell is on the chopping block as well. And then another guy, and this is a shocking one. Could be a shocking one to a lot of people. Tony Adams. He's a younger guy. He's been a starting safety for the New York Jets for the past couple of years now, and has shown flashes as well. Has been great. But there are other times, like this past season, where he was awful, where he ended up getting benched. Like our owner wanted to bench him. that just shows that they don't have a lot of faith in him. And then the New York Jets have brought in Jordan Clark, Dean Clark as undrafted free agent safeties. Malachi Moore they drafted, who I think could end up starting for them. And have brought in all these pieces. Andre Cisco, Brandon Stevens could play safety because I think A.Z. Thomas is going to take that second cornerback position. So Tony Adams is on the chopping block. And in the OTAs and minicamp, he didn't look fast. He looked slower, which is not great when you're trying to impress this new regime. So Tony Adams needs to really step it up. Still a young player and could still show signs and flashes, but he's on a very, very hot seat right now. He needs to step up and show the signs that we thought he could have been the starting safety for us and could be still. But if he doesn't, he's going to find himself on the unemployment line and hopefully get signed by another team very, very quickly. But he's another one who rumors are he might not make the team. So he's one that could be in jeopardy because this ownership, they don't have to be in on anybody. Honestly, they want to keep young talent, but if you don't show flashes, if you don't show that you want it, if you don't show signs that you fit this team and what they're asking you to do, chances are you could get cut. And with all this young talent that the Jets have brought in this offseason, whether it be in the free agency or in the draft, and players that they could still bring in, if you're on the chopping block now, it's only going to get harder as training camp comes around. So, guys, that was my list of 5 players that I think are on the bubble to possibly get cut if they don't have solid training camps. If you think I missed any players, please let me know down in the comments. And again, guys, thank you so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later, guys.